Okay, battle system. So obviously, I'm not gonna get to this yet. There's something that I wanted to discuss first, which is the, kind of hilarious way that they've decided to fix their privacy vulnerability that we've been complaining about for the last 9 months or so. Following adjustments have been made to the blacklist. In accordance with measures introduced in patch 7.2 to help prevent the identification of account IDs that are not displayed in game, the client data has been reset. Okay, so let's talk about what they actually did, because if you read this, you might get the impression that they have fixed it. That they fixed a pretty serious privacy issue that the game has had, but to almost no one's surprise, this didn't do shit, really. They didn't. We have been covering this saga as it has unfolded, so if you're curious about that, you can check our Zepla channel for earlier, like, God, episodes of this. It's a comedy series at this point. See, I do still make comedy content. Pantsman UK, thank you for the 34-month resub. Wolf of Mandalore, thank you for the 21-month resub. I appreciate that. But anyway, in case you are out of the loop here, Square has decided to improve the blacklist system in Dawn Trail so that whenever you block someone, you will block all the characters on their account. Which makes sense because the game has a lot of stalkers in it, like an unusually high number of stalkers who will track you down, and when you try to get away and make an alt, they'll track down your alt, they'll track down your retainers and stuff. Now, the problem is that to make the new blacklist work, they started sending out your unique user account IDs to everyone's clients, making it very, very easy to track every player, including their alts, their retainers, everything like that. So this is the reason why somebody was able to make stalking plugins that a stalking plugin that catalogs all of that information to a searchable database. It's like a stalker wet dream. And so, to recap from the past, Square Enix chose, as part of a security update for Dawn Trail, to start sending the persistent account identifier out to client. So that was a very questionable choice. And when this was pointed out and we told OHP, hey, they're using this for stalking tools, the OHP was like, hey guys, please don't. Please don't use mods. Okay? And this is a strategy that has been working out pretty well so far, as you can imagine. Asking nicely. Not really... I don't know how well that works against people that are stalking, but he said that they were going to take it very serious and that they're going to take steps to fix it in patch 7.2. Well, patch 7.2 is here and we're looking at the patch notes, and so surely they've removed the account ID from being visible to the client, right? Because it's been 9 months. No. 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 They're still sending it to the client, but they have obfuscated it. So it's not real encryption. They just scramble it up a little bit. Make it look a little different. Basically it's like they have put a tarp over the car, but left the keys in the ignition still. So, the ID that they have scrambled up, it's still persistent. It's still, you can still correlate it because it is persistent. So you can still see, oh, well, it's scrambled, but it's still the same one for this character and their alt. So basically, somebody made a post about this that I'm going to share with you. That I think is gonna shed some light on how this has been working out so far. Not Night on Blue Sky posted that they said that it's just slightly more annoying now, but all the tools still work. Here they write, after a lot of testing in a group chat full of my smartest 14 friends, that we figured out the obfuscation is vulnerable and that the account IDs are actually reversible. Square needs to stop sending the account ID to the client. Just set a hidden flag or something, right? That makes sense. So basically now we are hearing from the mod developers that they were able to de-obfuscate the account IDs with a 100% success rate. This happened within hours of the patch coming out, so it seems fairly trivial to do. Basically, Square Enix is making the modders do one extra line of math, which is not a fix. Of course it's not a fix. Why would they think it would be a fix? Here's a post from Reddit that I'll share with you. This is so goofy. It's just the more I learned about this, the goofier that it gets. But, yeah, so this post on Reddit about it. Square did not fix the account ID sharing. What? Can't believe that. And they provided a screenshot from the stalking plugin Discord, which is crazy that that's up on Discord. Thanks, Discord. But Discord doesn't give a shit. Even though Square Enix has stated that identification of account IDs has been prevented, it is in fact not true. Account ID still remains available in the game, and it's possible to track all alt characters previously or newly created. The only change that has been made to the account ID is that it's been modified before being sent to an observer in such a way that every different observer receives different IDs. However, these modifications are always the same for the observer's account. For example, I might receive your ID as 555. My friend will receive your ID as 666. But these IDs will permanently stay the same for all of your previously and newly created characters. You don't have to be a software engineer to figure this out, okay? What does this mean? This means that stalking plugins will continue to work with no update required in local mode. Crowdsourced versions can continue to work slightly less efficiently, or even just as efficiently as before, if the developer decides to spend no more than a couple evenings to update it. Cool, 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 awesome. So, yeah. It's about what I expected. Just don't send it to the client, of course. Somebody else says that this corroborates what I've seen. I know a few mod developers, and I've been following along on the Discord as they update their mods for 7.2. One of them accidentally stumbled upon this while working on something only tangentially related and worked out exactly how to reverse the obfuscation in a matter of minutes. He accidentally figured it out. So, somebody else on here wrote, I lost all hope in Square Enix's technical competence. The way the blacklist itself was implemented was already a red flag. Never trust the client. Then they fix it by still trusting the client and use their own cryptography. From a developer's point of view, there's 3 big red flags right here. Yeah. So, basically, it's bad form to roll your own crypto. You want to use something that's proven and trusted for your encryption. But this isn't even encryption. Don't trust the client, obviously. And I don't know, I guess their strategy is trust the client because we ask nicely, which is bizarre. Especially considering, like, the reason that you need this update. It's for people that already weren't listening to you when you asked nicely. If it's sensitive data, you shouldn't be sending it to the people that don't need it. Okay? They already proved to you that they will misuse it. I do not understand. I just don't understand what they were thinking. Why not just change the blacklist logic to be handled server side? I'm not a developer, obviously, but I guess it's because it's harder and it costs more money. That's the only thing I can think of. It's harder and it costs more. You know? Am I warm? Somebody else here made a comment that one of the first things in programming you learn is to absolutely never use your own homebrewed crypto algorithm. Only bad things come of it. And so, yeah, the homebrewed thing is really, it's just the icing on the cake, because having it be a client-side solution would have been doomed from the start no matter what. It's just not a fix. It's obfuscation. Yeah. It's like, it's basically like if I left a piece of pizza in the middle of this room right here, but I put a paper towel on top of it and then I left the room. Like, it would take Boo about 5 seconds to realize that that's pizza under there and to get it. Like, the paper towel is not gonna be stopping anybody. That's kind of what they did with Zepla too. This is kind of the situation. And when people are like, oh, they should have used better encryption. Well, it's like, well, maybe they can still leave the pizza out, but at least have the decency to keep it closed in the pizza box and then leave. Do we really trust Boo in the room with the pizza, even in the pizza box? I mean, it might take him a little longer to figure out how to lift up the box with his little paw, but he will. He will. He has immense willpower to do so. Okay, it would be irresponsible for me to leave the room. Boonarchy will take place. Yeah. It's maybe slightly less embarrassing that I would do. I don't know. Put it in the fridge. Okay, put it in the microwave. Put it in the oven and shut the oven. Like, what? That would. We need them to handle that shit server side in the other room that he don't know about. You can't expose this to the client at all. Oh my god. This is so stupid. The thing is that even with this obfuscation that they're doing, it's still persistent, it's still correlatable, meaning it doesn't change when you swap characters and you log in. So if a person is still looking to identify you and your alts and stuff, they don't even need to know your real account ID. They just need to notice that both of the characters share that ID and they can link it. Well, I actually saw somebody in this thread say that the thing is that you do not even need a plugin. You can do the ID just by using Wireshark. Is that bad? So, Wireshark doesn't modify the game in any way. It just it listens to what the client is receiving, and it's just a packet sniffer. It's free. It's legal to use that. So you don't even, what I'm saying, you don't even need mods to access someone's ID that's coming through plain as day to the client. So what's the point of the obfuscation? I think it's just, to be blunt, I think the point of this right here is just PR.
Hope you are feeling better.
Really feels like they wanted to say they did something, Well, it didn't really do anything. I don't. I did see this post. Let me pull this up for you. Actually, no, I'm not gonna pull this one up because you'll understand. I'll just explain it. I'll describe it. There are people that are real victims of stalking that's going on. And I saw a post on Reddit before the patch came out of a guy who's like asking about the account ID visibility in the patch and saying, hey, I'm just asking, will it be entirely not possible to track me anymore? I'm curious because somebody's stalking me and I want to know if it's safe to create an alt where nobody can identify me. Or should I buy a new service account? They literally asked this. That's horrible. That's horrible. Players like this are depending on Square Enix to protect their privacy, and they need to be able to trust that this is a safe place for them to be. And this really, the vulnerability should have never shipped in the first place. I don't understand how it even got the green light to begin with, but now you've pretended to fix it. Now some people might think it's fixed when it's really not at all. Like, why? I've thought about a lot about this, and I really struggle to believe that random players who reverse the obfuscation within hours know more than you do about how this works. I cannot believe that it's that level of incompetence. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because these are not, it's not like these are elite hackers. It's just a guy with Wireshark. It's just regular cat girls, cat boys that reverse engineered this the same day when you had 9 months to work on a solution. It's hard to believe that they take it seriously because of this. And I just don't understand what is going on. I do not. I can't work it out. Like, did they not know it would still be of course they knew it would still be trackable. It's persistent. I was scratching my head and wondering how it shipped. But yeah. Somebody here in the thread asked, oh, I don't know if I can find this. It might have been really far down. Somebody was asking if they have any privacy officers on staff that would explain why this solution isn't good. Oh, the defenders. Okay, there are people defending it. That's right, that's right. Okay. One person wrote, I'm not gonna show who wrote this, but they wrote, this is the most terminally online issue. I keep having it come up in my feed. Like, okay, so what you're telling me is it's coming up in your feed a lot because you're online a lot. Okay. Okay, got it. It's coming up a lot in a feed you have for a game that requires 500 hours to get to the end game in. For one job. Okay. Okay, but they're terminally online. Why? That's crazy. Like, apparently the basic privacy only matters if you're too online. Which is pretty bad. So, when I last played Endwalker, it was a great success. What happened between that and Dawntrail? Did Square change up the team? I don't know. I don't work there. So I can't answer
New
that.
chatter here. Hope all is well. Homesick watching the great stream.
Hey. Oh my god. I'm also sick. Shino, thank you for the 25-month resub. I hope you feel better too. Shadow Wolf, thank you for a 36-month resub. Thank you for the well wishes. Morgan and Cat Attack, thank you for the bits. I just wish... I don't understand how you could be dismissive of this. Like, don't you care that other people are being attacked? Why wouldn't you want better privacy? I don't get that at all. Is it, why don't you just say, well, this doesn't affect me, so I don't care. Makes me feel bad when people criticize my favorite $5 billion corporation. Just say that. Just say it. Somebody wrote, why are you actually what I'll do is I'll capture it, but yeah. Okay. Here's what somebody wrote. Why are you putting yourself in these weird parasocial stalking situations? This doesn't happen to people who just play the game like a normal human being. Hey, just stop getting stalked. Wow, thank you. That's really helpful. Hey, just walk home alone at night like a normal human being. Yeah, just do that. Cool. That's very helpful take. So actually, that reminded me a lot of something that I'd seen posted
WIPR happy.
from the stalking Discord. Yes, so there was a thread about this. This was from 3 months ago when people were talking about this issue. In the comments, somebody said they went on the Discord to opt out, which is the thing that they wanted you to do. And the kinds of people who are on there. Someone in the Discord said that the average person who's going to lengths to stalk is more likely to know about tools on how to stalk. And someone there said, which is on the fault of the victim for not learning how to mitigate the situation that they found themselves in. Which is, I mean, I don't even, what do you even say this? That's so stupid. It's like, give me the worst take you have. No, that's too bad. No, I can't, that's too much. It's basically one of these situations like, I don't know how to explain to you that you should care about other people. You know that headline? That's what this brings to mind. Like, I want people to feel safe in the game, and so that they will play it and have fun in it, right? I shouldn't have to explain that, but apparently that is a take. That is a take. Even if you need to defend Square Enix at all costs, do you not see how that is counterproductive? Because if people don't feel safe from stalking or harassment, then they'll just stop playing the game. They'll just stop participating in the game. They'll stop joining FCs. They stop trusting other players. They stop trusting Square Enix. And, like, is that what you want? It's like, I don't know. Can you even imagine being hunted across characters and across data centers because you love the game so much and you really want to play, but some asshole won't leave you alone? Can you imagine even, like, having to make alts to get away from someone and it's not enough? This is really common. And then when people ask for basic privacy, they're overreacting. I think that with people keeping account information safe is the bare minimum that we can expect from an online service that we pay monthly for. That is the bare minimum. Okay, the bar is on the floor there. Huh. Victim blaming is beyond reprehensible, and people should be ashamed for daring to suggest that the victim is to blame for being stalked. I know, but some people are just so desperate to defend bullshit that they don't even, I think, charitably, I want to believe they're not thinking clearly anymore about the issue. That's what I want to believe. Because it's too hard for me to believe that somebody could really be that cruel. I can't understand it. To have that little empathy for another person. Anyway, that's the that's the situation with this. Square still letting strangers track your account identity across alts, realms, and data centers. But let's move on. Let's move on for that.